I think she's on revenge tour in terms of going after that MVP award. But the Liberty, 7-0 as well and super dominant. Slight edge to the Lynx. New York's right there, though.
Yeah, I need to see when Paige is in New York.
Now, I can't lie, man. Honestly, I have to go with the Liberty. Y'all know I can't stand their whistle. I can't stand the Liberty whistle. But all in all, man, they do look amazing, especially last game where they're breaking the most threes in a game with 19. Oh, my goodness, man. You're talking about on fire. I think they finished with like a 60%.
Monica McNutt recently provided analysis on ESPN First Take regarding early season performance among undefeated WNBA teams. Her commentary focused on comparing the New York Liberty and Minnesota Lynx, both maintaining perfect records through their initial 7 games of the season. The discussion arose from the notable achievement of both teams starting with identical 7-0 records, representing the defending champion Liberty and runner-up Lynx from the previous season. This parallel success suggested potential for an early season finals rematch scenario.
Reigning champs and runner-ups are already looking ready for a finals rematch. Both the Liberty and Lynx are undefeated through the first 7 games of the season. Monica, which team had the more impressive start?
Oh, man, this is a tough question. I'm going to give the slight edge to the Lynx so far, only because I think their strength of schedule has a little bit more juice to it so far to start the season. Although, somebody could tell me, Man, you're wrong. The Liberty took care of business versus the Aces and the Fever already. But in general, I'm going Lynx here. Nafisa Collier had a little knee injury, missed the game, but she's back.
McNutt addressed the question of which team demonstrated more impressive early season performance despite identical records. Her analysis considered multiple factors including strength of schedule, roster changes, and overall team performance metrics during the opening weeks. Regarding strength of schedule assessment, McNutt initially favored the Minnesota Lynx due to perceived quality of opposition faced during their undefeated start. However, she acknowledged counter-arguments noting that New York had defeated notable opponents including Las Vegas Aces and Indiana Fever.
Shooting percentage from the field. I think the biggest pick that they could have done over the offseason was Natasha Cloud, man. Acquiring Natasha Cloud was such a blessing for them, dog. I mean, you get Natasha Cloud, she come over there and perform the way that she's performing and gets Player of the Week for the first time ever in her career. Like, dog, what in the world is in the New York water over there, man? Oh, my goodness. I have to give it to them, man. They look unstoppable. Not only did they get Cloud, but you end up getting Isabel as well. And then also you get Marine back.
The Lynx received recognition for maintaining excellence despite roster adjustments and injury concerns. Nafisa Collier dealt with minor knee issues but returned to action, with McNutt suggesting she appeared motivated for MVP consideration following previous season disappointments. New York Liberty's performance featured several standout achievements including setting a franchise record for 3-point shots made in a single game with 19 successful attempts. Their offensive efficiency reached exceptional levels with field goal percentages approaching 60% during recent contests. Roster additions significantly impacted Liberty's early season success. The acquisition of Natasha Cloud proved particularly valuable, with the veteran guard earning her first career Player of the Week recognition during the opening period. Her defensive contributions and leadership enhanced team chemistry considerably.
Man, this team, dog, this team. Now, that's why I said the Indiana Fever coming close to beating them, dog, that just made me super happy about what that team can do, man. Like, just looking at the lineup, man. Garner, she's getting out there doing some work. Sabely, come on, man. Y'all already know Cloud, Phoebich, Sabrina, Isabel doing work. Even Burke. Shout out to Burke, man. Burke sitting in that corner shooting a high percentage from over there, man. That's a clip I did not think I was going to have to worry about. Burke sitting in the corner shooting at a high clip. Ridiculous clip. Oh my goodness. Then you have Marine who just one leg shooting everywhere.
Additional personnel moves strengthened New York's depth and versatility. The return of key players combined with strategic additions created enhanced competitive balance throughout their rotation. These improvements addressed previous weaknesses while maintaining established strengths. Individual performances across the Liberty roster demonstrated remarkable consistency and improvement. Multiple players achieved career-high efficiency numbers while maintaining defensive intensity that characterized their championship season. Role players exceeded expectations and expanded opportunities. Shooting performance became a defining characteristic of New York's early season dominance. Players throughout the rotation achieved unusually high 3-point percentages percentages, creating offensive spacing that enhanced overall team effectiveness. This improvement addressed previous concerns about perimeter consistency.
Of course, she haven't really been going as crazy, but the fact that I know she can go crazy is what makes this crazy. Breanna Stewart hasn't been shooting that well from the three, but that whistle, man. Oh, I can't stand that whistle. I'm going to give her props, man. She is putting up buckets, but my goodness, man, I can't stand that whistle. Then you got Jonquel Jones with the smooth, buttery milk, silk shot, man, looking real smooth out there, adding that defense into the paint. Their front court is ridiculous.
Front court production provided additional advantages for the Liberty. Interior players delivered both offensive efficiency and defensive presence that complemented perimeter strengths. The combination created matchup problems for opposing teams, attempting to devise defensive strategies. Minnesota Lynx demonstrated different strengths during their undefeated start. Their roster featured established veteran leadership combined with emerging talent that provided competitive balance across multiple positions. Continuity from previous seasons enabled immediate chemistry and effectiveness. Key performers for Minnesota included consistent production from established stars and improved contributions from supporting players. The team's identity remained stable while incorporating tactical adjustments that enhanced competitive advantages in various game situations. Bridget Carlton emerged as a significant contributor for the Lynx, providing versatility and reliability that enhanced team depth. Her performance levels exceeded previous season standards while maintaining defensive consistency that supported team success.
The defense on their front court is ridiculous. And then also, you know, Natasha Cloud adds that extra defense to the back court. Man, this is a team, dog. This is really, really, really a team, man. I can't even hold you. But looking at the Lynx, they're still a team too. You know, I feel like it's Liberty, then Lynx. That's how I feel. With the Lynx, Bridget is a dog. Natisha Heidemann been playing her butt off. I don't think Anastasia is playing this year. Atlanta, love Atlanta. Courtney, Jessica Shepard.
Natisha Heidemann delivered exceptional play during the early season period, establishing herself as a crucial component of Minnesota's success. Her contributions spanned multiple statistical categories while providing leadership and stability during challenging moments. Kayla McBride's return from injury provided additional depth and experience for the Lynx roster. Her veteran presence and shooting ability created enhanced offensive options while maintaining defensive standards established during previous successful seasons. Other WNBA teams showed varying levels of early season progress and competitiveness. Phoenix Mercury demonstrated improved performance compared to previous seasons, suggesting potential for continued development throughout the campaign. Seattle Storm exhibited defensive intensity and competitive spirit that created challenges for established teams. Their approach emphasized effort and systematic execution that occasionally produced surprising results against more talented opponents.
Get up, ESPN. They had to bring in the big dog. They had to bring in the most delusional one of them all. They brought back Monica McNuthing Smart to Say. Shout out to W360. Monica McNuthing Smart to Say. Monica, let me hear your evaluation. Let me hear your interpretation. Let me hear what did you think occurred between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese? Let me hear your thoughts on that, please.
I think folks that truly love the game of basketball need to be mindful. You need to respect the humanity of these women, whether you are Team Clark or Team Reese, although
What if I'm Team Go? Never mind.
you can certainly be both.
Indiana Fever's early season performance included competitive games against top-tier opponents despite roster adjustments and integration challenges. Their ability to challenge the Liberty suggested potential for significant improvement as team chemistry developed throughout the season. Rookie class performance across the league demonstrated exceptional talent and immediate impact capability. Multiple first-year players achieved starting positions and significant playing time while maintaining performance standards typically associated with veteran contributors. The overall talent level throughout the WNBA appeared elevated compared to previous seasons. Competitive balance between teams increased as roster construction and player development created more challenging matchups throughout regular season scheduling. Strategic considerations for team evaluation included roster continuity versus integration of new players. Teams maintaining core personnel demonstrated earlier success, while franchises incorporating multiple changes required additional time for optimal performance development. Championship experience provided advantages for teams like New York that maintained core personnel from successful previous seasons. Their familiarity with high-pressure situations and proven tactical approaches created competitive advantages during challenging early-season contests. Long-term projection for season success required balancing early performance with anticipated improvement trajectories. Teams showing early excellence faced expectations for sustained performance, while developing franchises possessed potential for significant improvement throughout the campaign. The depth of competitive talent throughout the league suggested potential for multiple championship contenders rather than clear hierarchical separation. This competitive balance promised exciting playoff races and unpredictable postseason results.
Right? The aftermath, the fact that the WNBA has to put out a statement because of racist comments and unsafe conditions toward Angel Reese. Like, I just want people to be mindful that whether you like it or not, anytime something happens with the two of them, one is automatically put as a victim and one is automatically put as someone who needs to be saved, when in reality, both are excellent competitors. They both said this was a basketball play. Now, Greeny, let's be honest. If this was the other way around, oh, Lord, you can only imagine how the conversation would have gone.
If this were the other way around, oh Lord, you could have only imagined how the conversation would have. Well, you know what, Monica? That's a good point. That's a good point. Every now and then, well, you know what they say, a dead clock is right twice a day. Monica, if this was the other way around.
Analysis of early season trends indicated that successful roster construction combined with effective coaching would determine ultimate championship contention. Teams demonstrating both individual talent and collective chemistry positioned themselves for sustained success throughout the demanding WNBA schedule. ESPN analysts have consistently focused on racial narratives surrounding interactions between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese throughout the season. Media personalities appear determined to frame every encounter between these players through demographic lenses rather than basketball fundamentals. Monica McNutt provided commentary on ESPN's programming addressing recent incidents between the two players. Her analysis emphasized the need for viewers to respect both athletes while acknowledging competitive dynamics between them.
Let's get to the WNBA, where the Indiana Fever announced that star Caitlin Clark will be out at least 2 weeks with a left quad strain. Clark reported some pain in her leg Saturday after the team's loss to the New York Liberty. She subsequently underwent an MRI and was diagnosed with the strain on Monday. Clark was the WNBA's Rookie of the Year last season and a first-team All-WNBA selection. So far, she's averaging 19 points and a league-leading 9.3 assists through 4 games this season. I could give a damn about that last part. They ignored the fact that you got chartered flights because of this girl. They ignored the fact that ratings were going through the roof because of this girl. Instead, they resented it because they said, yo, we were doing stuff long before Caitlin Clark got here, and y'all wasn't paying attention then. But now the young white girl comes along, and y'all want to sit up there and shower all of this praise and all of this attention that was earned before she ever came along. The resentment is understandable, but it's not about Caitlin Clark. It's about what she represents. My point is, grow up.
McNutt suggested that public reactions consistently position one player as vulnerable while portraying the other as requiring protection. She argued that both athletes represent excellent competitors who have characterized their interactions as standard basketball plays. The commentary raised hypothetical scenarios about reversed circumstances and potential different public reaction. McNutt implied that role reversals might generate alternative narrative frameworks from media and fan communities. Historical incidents provide context for evaluating consistency in public responses to physical plays between these athletes. Previous encounters demonstrate patterns in both player behavior and subsequent media coverage approaches. Video evidence shows Angel Reese delivering a significant blow to Caitlin Clark's head during a previous contest. The play occurred away from the basketball and received flagrant foul designation from officials. Clark's response involved getting up and continuing play without dramatic reaction.
I don't care about her leading the league in assists. I don't care about the points that she's averaging because I already know that the young lady can ball. She is special. What I'm interested in is what somebody tweeted me and asked about earlier today that I want to show you right now. Put this tweet up, please, so our audience can see it here. At 4th Gen Bucci, B-U-C-C-I, right? Stephen A. Smith. Can the WNBA keep itself afloat while CC, as in Caitlin Clark, is out? End quote. My answer would be yes.
Teammate responses varied during different incidents. Some situations showed limited support from fellow players when physical contact occurred, while other instances demonstrated more protective behavior from team members. Clark's typical responses to hard fouls involve minimal theatrics and immediate return to basketball activities. She generally avoids creating extended dramatic sequences following physical contact from opponents. Reese's behavioral patterns include more animated responses to physical plays and extended interactions with crowds and officials. Her approach often involves prolonged reactions and engagement with arena atmospheres. The WNBA released statements addressing alleged inappropriate fan behavior during recent games. These announcements addressed reported racist comments and unsafe conditions directed at players during contact. Investigation of specific incidents reveals limited concrete evidence supporting claims of inappropriate fan conduct. Many allegations appear to originate from social media sources rather than verified arena occurrences. League responses to unsubstantiated claims provide validation for online allegations without thorough verification processes. This approach enables internet trolls to influence official organizational statements and policy.
I'm not going to summarily dismiss the WNBA, its growing popularity, some of the athletes that they have in there. I mean, Asia Wilson, come on now. I mean, it really starts with her. We all know what she brings to the table. Breanna Stewart and others, we see what this league has available to itself and what it's maintained. We get that part. But I'm not going to ignore, nor am I going to take my eyes off of what transpires with the WNBA over the next 2 weeks while Caitlin Clark.
Multiple players delivered hard fouls against Clark throughout previous seasons. Chicago Sky personnel, Kennedy Carter, Dejanai Carrington, Tayara McCowan, and others engaged in physical play against Clark during various contests. Clark's consistent responses to aggressive play involved getting up and continuing without complaints or extended reactions. Her approach emphasized basketball focus rather than creating controversies or seeking sympathy. Alyssa Thomas delivered a particularly hard foul against Angel Reese during previous season play. The incident was characterized as a welcome to the WNBA moment, representing standard professional basketball physicality. Social media responses to the Thomas Reese incident included inappropriate accusations against Thomas and her partner Dana Bonner. Online users made domestic violence allegations without factual basis or evidence. The league failed to investigate serious accusations made against Thomas and Bonner despite their harmful nature. This inconsistency highlights selective enforcement of conduct standards and investigation priorities. Bonner defended her relationship and partner against false domestic violence claims made by social media users. She characterized the accusations as completely inappropriate and demanded accountability for such serious allegations. Chicago Sky fan behavior patterns demonstrate concerning trends in online conduct and public statements. Their approach often lacks self-control and awareness while promoting inflammatory rhetoric without consequences. The concept of being unapologetically yourself eliminates accountability for harmful behavior and statements. This philosophy removes incentives for self-reflection and consideration of others when expressing opinions or making accusations.
Is out with the quad strain. And the reason why is because, let me tell you something right now. I'm not going to go to word hate. I'm not going to be out there like RG3 was saying that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark or other players hate Caitlin Clark. But I will say this. I don't think it's specific about Caitlin Clark. I think it's what Caitlin Clark represents. See, it's through no fault of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark balled. She balled at Iowa in college. She's balled since she's been in the NBA. She came into the league last year with no break whatsoever between the college game and the pro game and did her thing. Ended up as an all-star, ended up being fourth in the league in MVP voting, was the clear winner for Rookie of the Year. No competition whatsoever in that regard when it was really all said and done. We know what she brings to the table. But people wanted to hate because why? You had a bunch of players in this league that watched this young white girl come along and take the league by storm. And they resented it because they saw the marketing prowess that she had.
Professional basketball rivalries require mutual respect and competitive excellence rather than personal attacks or demographic focus. Legitimate sports rivalries center on athletic achievement and team success rather than external characteristics. Breanna Stewart discussed appropriate fan behavior and rivalry dynamics in professional sports. She acknowledged that passionate crowds create hostile environments for opposing players as part of normal competitive atmosphere. Stewart referenced situations where fans turn their backs on opposing players as standard sports behavior. She characterized such actions as expressions of fan loyalty rather than inappropriate conduct requiring investigation. Media coverage inconsistency becomes apparent when comparing reactions to similar fan behaviors across different contexts. Actions considered normal in established sports markets receive criticism when occurring in WNBA venues.